Hello, welcome. This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. How's everybody doing today? Early this morning in Muskegon, Michigan. Live from Muskegon, Michigan. Early Sunday morning. You got Maniac Tim here. How's everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing great. Hope you guys are all had a great Saturday. Um, however, did get the day off, so I didn't need to work today, which was great. Um, I hope everybody's doing good. Uh, but hey, 1 week. Next week we'll be watching the Super Bowl. Uh, Kansas City versus the 49ers. San Francisco 49ers, a rematch of the Super Bowl, which was like 4 years ago, I think it was. Uh, where Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs won the first Super Bowl. Well, um, Brock Purdy, and I know Brock Purdy was not part of the team there then, but will Brock Purdy and the rest of the 49ers, like Kittle, uh, be able to, well, not Kittle, be able to get back, um, get back at the Kansas City 49ers? I don't think so. I think Kansas City will win this game. I don't know. I think Kansas City is too good in the off season. But hey, San Francisco can be scary too. Uh, if you look at the seasons, in the regular season, Kansas City uh, did not have as well as outcome as the 49ers did. But hey, this is playoffs. This is the Super Bowl. This is the biggest stage on earth. The biggest stage on earth for football. So I really think that the 49ers are not going to be able to hold up against Kansas City Chiefs. It's just the way it is. For every other team though, and including our Detroit Lions, is rebuilding time. Or not rebuilding, but retooling, signing free agents, uh, also looking toward the draft to go ahead and try to secure and patch the holes that we had off up in defense. I think our offense speaks for itself. I think our offense did well enough to win. If our defensive side would have been a bit better, would have had the players. Sure they rose. The players we had did rise to the occasion at some points. But I think that if they get to the point where they rise to the occasion, all the time can sure get a couple of good corner 1 and 2 back there. We could really see something definitely happen good on the defensive side of the ball. You give me a top 10 defense with a top 5 running game and top 2 offense overall. Hey, something got it just gives you a winning, a winning solution, a winning team. Um, I do think that this team has a lot of good players on it. It's a good team. Plus, they play as a team. Uh, there some people may say they overachieved, but you got a lot of star power in that team. You got David Montgomery. You got Jamar Gibbs. You got Jared Goff, which Price is right. I definitely want to keep him. You got Hendon Hooker just waiting him back to see what goes on with him. You got Jameson Williams, which just really bought out. Was starting to show and starting to really fit into the system. Because if you look at it, even though he's a second year player, he's basically a rookie because of being injured all last year. So this was his rookie year, basically. If you go by experience, uh, there was a lot of people that was mad at his reaction at the beginning when being drafted. Look on his face that it was by the lines, but I think he did you know what he could to go ahead and prove uh, that he's in line and wants to be in the city of Detroit. And can you blame him? Okay, there was a lot of people before that. The Lions, I mean, when he got drafted, you look at it. The Lions had only won 3.5 games, or three games, one tie the season before. You know, uh, and it's like, oh brother, I gotta, so can you blame him to a extent? You know, and then of course he had that deal where he goes ahead and which he wasn't the only one. A lot of young players, got uh, got in trouble with the gambling and stuff like that. Even though he wasn't gambling, he was gambling in the facility and all this other stuff. Uh, it's but now hopefully he learned his lesson. And hopefully there's no more problems next year. Him and Goff can go ahead and get on par with each other. Uh, but yeah, um, I gotten over the uh, anger of that I had against Brad Holmes, or not Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell for going for it. I do know that's a lot of mixed feelings, a lot of mixed opinions as far as should he have went for the field goal or should he went for the first down on those two tries. I've been for the you know go for the field goal, especially at first try. I thought it was very, very makeable field goal. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? I'm doing good. Yeah, yeah, how we doing? I'm doing real good. How are you doing, Detroit fan, man? How are you doing? I'm doing good. I finally had a Saturday off, which is real great. I really needed 2 days off in a row, which was something because where I worked, I mean, I worked working second shift in the South. It doesn't give you a lot of time to do things outside of work. So, but hey, so I had Saturday off, and now I get Sunday off, so that's great. Uh, but hey, I'm just I'm just real interested to see how the Lions go from here, where they go. Uh, I just think I think they're still going to be a force to be contended. Uh, and now is when you got you know when you got to really just bring things in, uh, keep up the good work that you put in, and carry it over to uh, next year. Hey, how's it going, Megan? How's it going? Yeah, uh, yeah, yep, that's true. What a great day to be a Hawks fan. Yeah. So how's those Seahawks? But yeah, so what do you think about well, I'm not up to date on actually what went on with Seahawks. Uh I know that Seahawks uh Of course, Ben Johnson is not there. He's not going to go there. He's staying with Detroit. Uh, we'll get to see what he does. I'm doing okay. I'm doing great. Just here, tell me what we know about this new Terrell. Tell me what we know about this new Terrell Williams guy. Seems like he is a Project Martin developer. Well, hey, uh, it looks like they're really, really starting. They noticed they needed some help on the defensive line, coach, coaching. So I mean that's been one of our weaknesses. Uh, so hey, you should bring somebody in that's really going to go ahead and help sure up. Hopefully he adds to the strength of it. Um, I'm sure that's why they brought him in. I don't know a lot about him myself, um, which I do got to dive into it. I got to dive into a lot. Okay, new and I kind of new head coach, assistant coach, great plan is in place. Most excited for off season, and yesterday was 10 years since the Super Bowl. Wow, it's hard to believe it's been that long ago. 10 years. Wow. My oh man, how time has fly. How time flies. You know, how time flies. Shoot, 10 years. Can you believe that? 10 well, at least yours has only been 10 years. Um, and I don't know what the Lions need to do to get over that curse. I'll tell you, even some of those, you know, I mean, the fumble, the catch off the guy's helmet. I mean, you still got to really look at it. Is the Bobby Lane curse real? Do they got to go ahead and make a deal with one of his former relatives, one of his relatives, and oh, just go ahead and get him to say the curse has been fulfilled. I don't know. So much love for Seattle this year, and yes, where has the time gone? Looks how much has changed. This world has changed. Part of it's gone crazy. I mean, if you look at, I mean, there is so much stuff, and this world has changed. Not only in football, kind of. Wow, he was Brad Holmes, who played D-line, position coach in college, before he was on Miami staff, where MCDC was interim guy. Williams seems like he should already be here. Wow. Wow. All right. Cool. Cool. I got yeah. Let's get this thing going. Let's get that because we get that defensive line going where we can actually stop some running quarterbacks. I that's just going to be awesome, and actually get more sacks and stuff like that throughout the year. Holy, yeah, and I'll tell you, yeah, Megan, Seattle really did good, and I don't know what went on with the Ravens in the AFC Championship game. I mean, I expected a better game than that. I really did. I don't know if it's a Patrick Mahomes curse or whatever, but I just was really shocked at how I didn't see the whole game. Uh, as far as for the Ravens game, sadly I didn't see the whole game, but Yeah, and well, it's going to be the first year. You guys, it's first year in a long time without Pete Carroll. That's. But hey, sometimes you gotta move on. You know, sometimes you do. Oh boy. But yeah. So is anybody into any USFL or X? I mean, I know. I know you were St. Louis and the Seattle team in the XFL. Uh, Megan. Yeah, we went for the oldest to youngest head coach in the NFL, which is wild. Yeah, that's true. You know that is really true. Yeah, it's talking about uh yeah, talking about the changing of the guards. Yeah, it's and I mean to think of and also when you think of like Bill Belichick isn't going to get a whole head coaching job this year too. I mean that's some I mean, but I'll tell you what, I can't blame him because I mean Bill Belichick in his time was a great head coach. Look what happened to the Patriots once Tom Brady left. So who would want to take that? Our new head coach looks like my brother's. Oh my God! OMG! OMG! Oh, that's great. That is great. Kind of wow. Carol Belichick, Mike Franks, Burrow are all not only fired but also not hired by anyone. Yeah, that's true. It's like the changing of the generations. I mean, but a lot of people are talking about Bill Belichick's style has really passed him by. And also with Pete Carroll, I mean, yeah, he knows how to turn a team around and stuff like that, and he does got good accolades and stuff. But then you look at his age, and I'm not trying to be age discriminate or anything like that, for sure. But it's like, is it, you know, I mean, could he actually handle the Commanders the way the Commanders have been? I mean, they just got the name the Commanders, let alone a identity. And I'm hearing bad things about the ownership of the Commanders. So it's like you go from one bad owner to ownership to another bad ownership. I don't know. Ben Johnson turned them down flat from what I heard, and Carroll said no to coaching this year. He wanted a break. Yeah, you cannot blame him. I mean, shoot. I mean, yeah, you can't blame him. They said that about Pete too. hmm Mike McDonald is half the age of Pete at 36. Yeah. Okay, well, it's different ball game now. Different ball game. Very different ball game. Well, I agree with Pete and Bill, but yeah, he seems like a guy in Tennessee. I still don't get that one, but think again. Thanks again for Williams. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So do you think the Lions are going to make a big free splash to kind of help shore up that corner situation? Dell was supposed to be coming to Seattle. Was supposed to be coming to Seattle. Huh? Huh? Or do you mean ha ha? Oh boy. Uh wow, next year's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Uh that is for sure. I can't wait. You know, I sure can't wait. So, was Mike Quinn? I meant, oh hell no, Tim. You could. I mean, what about Bob or Matt Patricia? Would you? No, 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 no. I would wish that. I would wish that on my. I would wish that on my worst enemy, Matt Patricia. Oh gosh, I'm so excited for this season. More excited than I have been in years. Wow, 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 wow. Hey, that's great. That's great. You know, yeah, I learned one thing though, not to rub in about the Seahawks before the Lions play them. We can shoot. They have just worked. That may have just worked or not. You mean you guys don't want Matt Patricia? I mean, just think. You could you could you could bring back the duel of Matt Patricia. You could bring back the duel of Matt Patricia and Belichick. I mean, that's a non-winning combination. Oh God! Oh man! Oh, we are 12th, and the NFC West will be our Niners. Wow! Yes, you got our. Thanks, but no. We want to win. Oh gosh. All right. Yeah, the Eagles didn't want to win when they went ahead and promoted Matt Patricia to defensive coordinator. My God, what that just sent the Eagles down to a down spiral that just could not bring them back. I mean, it just was ludicrous. And I we are now gunning for the 40 Winers. I mean, yeah, 49ers. Yeah, and I know that's been a 40 Winers has been a name that has been called, they've been called for a long time. And yeah, I'll tell you what, we want to get some dirt on those 49ers too. Gosh, that's more for the Eagles made no damn sense to anybody. I know. I mean, I'll tell you, any Lions fan said, you know, said if the Eagles don't deserve to win if you go ahead and promote Matt Patricia. I mean, that's, I mean, Matt Patricia, I mean, the only thing he was good at was carrying a pencil, you know? I mean, they talk about him being this rocket scientist. I mean, maybe he was a rocket scientist where they blew up before they actually freaking hit outer space. I mean, if we wanted to sabotage, like let's say, one of our enemies was trying to build. I mean, hey, I would be more than happy for Matt Patricia to go to Green Bay. I would love Matt Patricia to go be the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. That would That would just be so awesome. It's never going to happen because the Packers are not that stupid. Carrying an iPod? Nah, that's too hard for him. Yeah, really. Hey, he couldn't even walk. He needed to be carried around on that stupid cart. Blew up on the launch pad. Yeah, they did. Oh man. And but a lot of people from Belichick's tree, when they go to the NFL, they don't work out. They don't. It's just, and why do you think? Why do that to the Packers? I hate them, but not that much. I hate them. They're my rivals. Okay, they're my 40 whiners. That's why I mean, hey, I would love to see that happen. He could go ahead and even bring Bob Quinn with him. Fatty P did first hire Ben Johnson in Detroit. Did he get the credit? Hell no. I mean, no. He's okay. Carry an iPod and walk. Oh no, that will end up in tears for everyone. I mean, hey, if I can sabotage the Packers, I will. Ah, yeah. I mean, hey, there's no love lost between in the NFC North. All right, there's no love lost between each other. I mean, and I'll tell you what. After what, I mean, then you got Minnesota. To me, my biggest rivals is in the NFC North is of course the Packers. And then you got Minnesota too. Those two. I mean, yeah, I do like to. I mean, then of course you got the Bears, which are, of course, our rivals too. But as far as you know, I mean, the Packers have just been a thorn in our side. So if we could send them Matt Patricia on a silver platter, I mean, they might need to buy a motorhome to carry them around in. No, 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 no. Vikings, no, no, no. The Vikings is no. I mean, after they interviewed that player on freaking yeah, they are rivals, but always F the Packers, definitely, always, all day long, and then twice on Sunday, all day long, and then you just kind of go ahead and do it because hey, hey, how's it going? 313 Newbury Talk. How's it going, my man? How's it going? Real talk. We're just kind of thing. Do you want Matt Patricia to go over to the Packers? I would love to see Matt Patricia. I mean, there's no rumors of it, but I would just love to send them over there to help destroy the Packers. And if not the Packers, then the Vikings. Because both those two teams are kind of like on my list. Yeah, after Packer twice on Sunday after church. Hey, after church, in church, whatever. No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. Okay. Oh, I guess I did. Now I know you hate the fight. Yeah, I do. They just kind of made me, and I mean, I to tell you the truth, I used to like the 49ers until they freaking until when Harbaugh was a coach of them, and I just didn't. I mean, that was really what turned me off from the 49ers. Because they used to be kind of like my second favorite team, you know, other than the Lions. But then, once Hardball went over there and the rivalries between him and, that just, I don't know, it just kind of, soured me against the 49ers, especially the way he acted when they beat the Lions that year. The Packers are quite capable of freeing themselves. Hopefully, they can. But we still got to. Uh, oh yeah, and of course the Care Bears are in the Snare Bears. Well, I used to like the Niners in the Montana years and Rice years. As I told, yes, I do remember that. I do. Yeah, and then of course when you found out that Jerry Rice was using Stickum all the time, and then you find out, if he was using, and I'm sure he wasn't the only one at that time that was using Stickum, but I mean, hey, that's kind of like a little bit of cheating, kind of like Tom Brady and his deflated balls. That's why I'm glad Jim went to the Chargers instead of Seattle, like everyone thought. But yeah, all right. It is weird for Seattle fans to see Russ Sherman be such a Niners jock. Doesn't the rivalry prevent that total lines? I think it would bother me. It, I mean, just look at the head coach that got fired at the head coach that got fired from the oh from the Raiders. I thought he was more a Patriots fan or than because he was more loyal to Belichick than he was loyal to when you tell your own teammate not to go ahead and put down the Belichick and the Patriots, that guy had to go now. Hey Tim, are you watching the Pro Bowl? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, uh, I should watch it to look. Uh, I mean, I know there's a few lines in there, but yeah, the Pro Bowl is, I don't know, it's flag football, and I just been out of the house. But I mean, if I'm home, I'll watch. It's also that short field. I don't know. It's no. I found out Jerry Rice stole the number 80 from the GOAT Steve Largent. Whoa, I yep, Steve Largent. He was a GOAT too. He was a GOAT. Like I told you, where Jim he had his Jim he had his Jim Bordeaux when I first met him. I remember him running around with that Steve Largent jersey. Detroit, do you mean Richard Sherman? And no, not a fan of me. It's 12. Oh, boy, the 12. I remember when people use it there, the Pro Bowl and the NHL All Star game in the same week. That is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. You know, Steve Largent and Jim Zorn are my Seahawks goat. Hey, that's for sure. I mean, that's definitely for sure. I mean, those two, yeah, they really made a mark on that team for sure. The All Star game was today, and my team won. Hey, congratulations! Did you go to the game? That was too bad about Carl Weathers passing away. Yeah, I did. I mean, he was one of the greats. I remember watching him way back, and then also seeing him in the Rocky movies and stuff like that. So it just sat in my heart, not hearts, but where Carl Weathers did pass away. Have you set have a set of throwbacks and autographs on our Ring of Honor helmet? Wow, wow, cool. That is great. It was in Canada, Toronto, so I wish. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you didn't feel like crossing the bridge and going all the way over to Toronto, huh? Oh, that would have been dry though. Yeah. Who the H is Russ. Also, the Senior Bowl is better than the Pro Bowl, even if Millington can't throw a pass to a moving target. The QB played was tough. Wow. Yeah, at least it ain't flag football, right? Hey Tim, I went to see Billy Sims autograph signing at his barbecue place today in Troy. Yeah, I know you mentioned that he was doing that. Wow, I'll tell you, he's hard to recognize on how he used to look, huh? I mean, Billy, I seen him congratulating the Lions on their season. Even though they didn't, even though the outcome wasn't what he wanted. You know, and you notice how all these former players are really, really, really supported. You know, I mean, Barry Sanders, Billy Sims, you know, even Megatron came back. But that's great. I so would have. Oh yeah. Going to head out. Great to talk to you always. Tim Becker, catch up soon. Yeah, thank you very much, Megan. Hey, yeah, yeah. Thank you. You have a good one, man. It's rebuilding or not rebuilding, but it's well, it's more rebuilding for you guys than us, I think, just because you guys got a new head coach and stuff like that. But you guys do got a good team. So, but I know it's just, I mean, for us, it's just making our defense stronger. That's I that's what we got to do. We just got to get that defensive side of the ball as strong as the offensive side of the ball. Because once we do that, watch out, NFL. Watch out. Restructuring, not rebuilding. Thanks, Tim. So yeah, that's true. That's true. It's when you already got and I'll tell you, that's what that's where I think Matt Patricia failed so much with the Lions because he didn't know what he had he had a good team, but he did not know how to use the team that he had, and he only thought the Belichick way was the only way. So that was where he failed. Do you think we bring in CJ DJ back? Uh that's a tough question. I mean, the potential of him being back, and I mean, it would be great to have him back. But I would hope if we brought him back that he would be there more than, yeah. I mean, injuries happen and stuff like that, and but it all depends on the price. Uh, having somebody like him really meant a lot. But I mean, even though he did have his mistakes at times. You know, rousing up the 49ers didn't help. But yeah, if the price is right, bring them back. That's that's my outlook on it. I want CJ Gardner Johnson back. Yeah, and like I say, I mean, it's just if bring him back, and hopefully you will be able to get him at a price that uh, I mean, he's definitely a talented player. And he definitely added to that defense when he was there. But that was just a fluke happening. And of course, he got hurt, unfortunately, with Megan Seattle Seahawks. But I mean, his, I mean, that guy was aligned before he was lying to, and I guess that's what you got to look at. Is he was aligned before he was aligned. He was all in when he came in, and he looked at this team and he said, you know, he said, that's it. You know, he thought that we were actually better than Philadelphia, and we actually ended up better at the end. But hey Tim, should we keep Peoples Jones? Uh I would keep him, but at least for a while. But I'll tell you, I think JMO's going to really next year. I think JMO's going to ball out. I really do. I have that feeling. I mean, there's just something about how he ended the year. You know, uh, you know, but people still. I mean, he's. I don't know if we're going to need him. And of course that trade it makes him more or less a rental because we basically rented him for this year. You know, I think he assumed he. I think he's just assumed he is the starter. I wonder if the team would rather start Iffy with Joseph and would even consider a backup role. Wow. Hmm. I don't know if he would. People Jones or Josh Reynolds, yeah. And yeah, you can't judge Josh Reynolds by his 2 drop passes in the championship game, which really did hurt us. But yeah, one of those two definitely, because they are. But we did. The only thing is we didn't get to see enough of Peoples Jones. That's where I'm having you know I mean he did contribute and stuff like that, but because of the lateness of him coming to the Lions, I didn't get to see enough of him. You know, uh, where of course Josh Reynolds, uh, we had him the whole year. You know, uh, and he was one that would come up with big plays and stuff like that. Hey Tim, will you put Branch as starting cornerback or safety? Safety. What about I'd put him at safety. I think you'd be better at that. You know, and of course I could be wrong, but I think I would put him as safety. Hey fan man, the real question is People Jones or Antonio Green? That's a good one too. And People Jones really most of his role was run backing, was kick returning and stuff like that too. I mean, you did see him later. Uh, Green is here for the rest of the seventh rookie deal. Yeah, the bag of peanuts we are paying him. That's true. Hey, I got a question for both you guys. Do you think the 49ers should be giving Brock Purdy more money? I mean, I heard the fans needed to pick up a collection for him because the cost of living for his apartment is so expensive. I mean, this guy gets you to the Super Bowl. I do know he was the last pick in the draft that year, and stuff like that. But this guy gets you, you know, to that NFC Championship game last year, then gets you to the Super Bowl this year. Um, I'm sorry. I think they should somehow be paying more money. Both Reynolds and Jones are unrestricted free agents. Wow. The, the game would have been different if Khalif Raymond was like, yeah, yeah, it's too bad he got hurt when he did. Because I tell you, that guy might be a small guy, but that guy got some wheels on him. Pretty more money. It depends on if he wins the Super Bowl. That's true, but I think I mean, you look at what he's done, so far. You know, he at least got them to the Super Bowl. I think they ought to pay him more. I really do. It's just, you know, uh, you know, and I know we got our own situation with uh, what we're going to do as far as extending of golf. You know, uh, I mean, it's with what golf did this year. It's But Purdy is lucky to be on the Super Bowl team. So he should lost to Green Bay and the Lions. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think Purdy is going to get the bag regardless. He somehow was in the MVP race this year. I think he's just a mid-court guy on a really good roster. Once they pay him, it will crumble. Yeah, and I'm not saying. I mean, right now he's making a little bit over league minimum of that. I'm not. You know, I'm not saying give him this outstanding contract with a with it's going to break your bank, break your team. I'm not saying that, okay? But I'm saying that I just think he deserves more than what he's getting now. All right, you know, I just do. I mean, and that's just my opinion. You know, I mean, it's and you know, you guys do got a point there, especially where yeah, he should have lost to the Packers. He should have lost to the Lions. Uh, you know, but it's just I mean, the guy shouldn't be going. I mean, I know California is probably is the most expensive state to live in, and taxes kill you, and all this other stuff too. You know, so I don't. That's just you know, I mean, the guy shouldn't need to be struggling to, and whether he does or not, he shouldn't need to on the off season give up his apartment and go live in a trailer park or live with his parents. I should say that's what I mean. That's what I heard. You know, I know it's could be just some talk and stuff like that. But I do think the structure of the team around him is what helped him out. And you know, like you said, you know, it's a great team around him, and that's what really helped him to sell. But next year, if we play the 49ers again in the NFC Championship game, I want it to be at Detroit. Purdy is making 93K on this rookie deal. He will be a unrestricted free agent in 2026, and then he will get Daniel Jones type contract. Yes, I'm just saying that 93K. I just think he deserves more than that before his rookie deal is up. You know, I mean that's just what I think. I mean it's just my opinion. You know, I'm not saying go ahead and give him Daniel Jones type of money now. You know, I'm not saying that by any means, but I'm saying that I think he deserves more than what he's getting. And of course, he gets a little bit extra money because you know winning a couple of playoff games too. So you know you do get a little bonus there, but And I heard he would get a bigger bonus if they win the Super Bowl. You know. Yeah, that's true. That is true. And you know, yep, that's because right away that just kind of shoots it. You know, but yeah, you still have. I mean, it must be. You know, it must be profitable for these guys to go there because you still got you know 3 teams in California. You know that are paying those taxes. And that's, with, of course, the 49ers, Chargers, and the Rams, you know. Of course, you used to have the Raiders too, but they're in Las Vegas now. But, and so we got golf for one more year. How much do we look at really, really signing him to a long term deal? I know we talked about it on the show. You know, Brad Holmes has been looking at Hendon Hooker and stuff like that since he was in high school or junior high or whatever it was. You know, will the Lions put forth the money to golf? Should the Lions put forth the money to golf? He's definitely earned it. I think this year and last year. So how would it work? The players that are more expensive than their contract just get some auto bonus. Does it work the other way? Or if the players is terrible, can we get a refund? That is a good point. That is a good point. You know, uh, I guess that's why incentives, you know, are there too. You make more money with the better things. But does your bonus, if you have less interceptions, if your running style, I don't know. I don't know. It just really seems. I mean, you look at all. I mean, you look at the game nowadays and what people are being paid nowadays compared to what they were paid, even in the 80s. You know, uh, players are making a hell of a lot more than they did back then. Of course, the NFL is just kept growing in popularity, and but that's one thing that free agency does, is it brings up the prices. But yeah, here's a question, and I'm not. I mean, do you guys think that a team that is building and is struggling should have a higher salary cap than a team that is not? Because you got to sign players for more contract because your team for a higher contract because your team sucks. But in a way, you look at it, one of the reasons your team sucked is because of the way you guys managed the team. You know. Now I'm just wondering, you know how Gronk, was, where when he played with the Patriots and when they actually trade him to the Lions and he said, "Well, you can't do that. I retired." I'm wondering if he would come to the Lions now. If being if Gronk was how he was back then, or if he would have just said no. I I I think he would probably looking at the way the Lions are now. But I'd much rather have Sam McCorda anyway. For sure. So what time is Steve? If you're still 313 New Breed, if you're still here, what time is Billy Sims' shop open where he's actually giving the autographs? I actually should look that up myself. And how long will the line be? Because actually I should have. Uh, but yeah. But I'm saying that we've been on more than an hour. So if there's any other topics that people want to bring up, please let me know. Thank you, everybody. It's been great. Uh, I'm going to try to be on more this week for sure. Okay. As a youth, I thought the cap was lame, but I think the MLB, Major League Baseball X, of the Dodgers now playing one guy's salary greater than the wealth of a competing team owner. I think salary cap protection protects the game. That's true, and it actually keeps the owner, keeps it competitive too. You know, so yeah, I definitely understand that because you would have some of these teams that would just go ahead and just where the owners have like unlimited money. I mean, could you just imagine how much Jerry Jones would go ahead and spend to bring his, to make the Cowboys exactly what they were? You know, but I'll tell you what was Sheila Hemp and the Ford family paying now to make? I mean, you, God, oh man. And I remember when the owners feared a year without a cap, you know, and they really didn't come to that year, but when that CBA was up for agreement and stuff like that. Now, as far as for the players that I think the rookie cap, I mean, I think the rookie cap is good for the NFL because it does, and for teams because when you're rebuilding and when you're building, it does give your team a chance, more of a chance, I think, than what it does. Uh, but I do see where it's if you're running back, you know, that's where you end up getting screwed more than others by the rookie, by the rookie salary cap. Because heck, when you look at the times of of Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, and stuff like that, running backs were like next to being paid like the quarterbacks were. You know, uh, now you would never have that. Because it's just it the game's so much different. But a great running back like Barry Sanders, a great and Jamar Gibbs, and I'm not saying Jamar Gibbs is ever going to be as good as Barry. Who knows? I mean, could you imagine if Jamar Gibbs becomes like another Barry? God, your running back makes slightly more than a hot dog vendor. That's true. That is true. Oh, OMG. It's and and another thing that has really, I mean, you don't see a lot of two backfields like you used to have. You used to have the running back, then the fullback. You don't see a lot of that I formation that you used to see. Especially in the Lions. And things have gotten so differently. You know, I mean, sometimes I wish they would put Montgomery and Gibbs in there at the same time. Because then you don't know. You wouldn't know which one is going to go to. You know, but that's for sure. Oh God, oh no. I mean, he no. What do you think? I don't think he does. I no. I mean, there's. I think Malcolm Reed is ready. Is already a better fullback. Yeah, yeah. I mean that guy. Yeah, Malcolm Reed. Oh yeah, that's for sure. He is, and that's not even his natural position. But shoot, I think Rodrigo. Man, so do you think that Hard Knocks will ever come to Detroit again, or do you think it was just too much of a distraction for the team? I mean, I know they thought about having, or they asked again. I don't. All right. Okay, absolutely not. You have to miss the playoff to qualify. Yeah, okay. I don't want to miss the playoffs to qualify. Okay, sure, sure. Yep. Oh, OMG. Okay. All right. Yep. Enough said on that. Enough said on that. Yeah, it was. I tell you, it just brought so much, so much attention on the team, you know. And then we ended up with that bad star, I mean, but shoot, I mean, that year we turned it around, had a winning record, you know. I mean, that was great. Had a, went uh, from a three win, one tie team to a 9-18 season winning, and then going ahead and going to a 12-5 win record this year. I mean, my gosh. And of course, Rodrigo was made famous during that time, But I tell you, you know, I think it's a good thing that these people are talking about how good the Packers are going to be next year and how they think how they think they're going to win the NFC North and all this other stuff. You know, I'll tell you what. I think St. Brown. I think Jameson Williams. I think Sam Laporte. I think Jamar Gibbs. I think Aiden Hutchinson. I think Dan Campbell. I think Ben Johnson is going to have something to say about that. And can you imagine if the Detroit Lions go ahead and win the number one seed next year in the NFC? OMG. OMG, that would be just so great. Go ahead and slap those Packers right and left. I mean, hell, Jordan Love is one kind of a great quarterback, and Packers are a good team. But I'll tell you what, I think we're the better team. Fired up. I need to go to sleep soon, please. Yeah, I just want to, yeah, I just want to rip some Packers, but and I, like you say, FT, fuck the Packers, choice on Sundays. I mean, FTP the Packers. You know, it's and you know what? Same with those stupid Vikings. I mean, what I'm saying, you just gotta bitch slap those Vikings. I'll tell you what, I am getting fired up because I want to be the king of the North and I want to be the king of the NFL. I want these Detroit Lions to go ahead and keep doing what they've been doing best the last couple of years and making these announcers have egg on their face. Making ESPN announcers have egg on their face. Because, hey, making CBS announcers have egg on their face. They just got to go ahead and just take it to another level, bring it onto them, and just go ahead and take down some teams that have really. And you know what they got to do next year? They got to win that damn Thanksgiving Day game for sure. We got to see them go ahead and take back that turkey and make turkeys out of whatever team we play on Thanksgiving next year. Whether it be the Packers, the Bears, the 49ers, or the stupid Vikings, Cowboys. Announcers happily, amen, amen, brother. That's for sure. Yeah, we gotta just, oh yeah, I hear you. I hear you. We can egg those damn announcers, and then we can just go ahead and TP their houses or whatever the hell else. You know, shoot, man. I'll tell you what, those, and you know what, we got to go ahead and get a few refs too. You know, but see what we got to do. If we go ahead and we ambush the refs and stuff like that, and aid those damn refs, we got to wear like Green Bay Packer uniforms, or memorabilia, and kind of make those refs think that the Packers don't like them anymore. So that way they don't, and also 49er gear and stuff like that. That way if we, they don't go ahead and just take out on the lines because, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, there's so many refs that I would just like to go ahead and, you know, kind of, how you hear about, and this may be kind of gross, okay, but I'll tell you, some of the calls that the refs have done, they do deserve this. Like that one that could not even say eligible receiver, right? You know, um, just go ahead and put them in an area where there's a house, and you just kind of move that house, and when they go ahead, then they fall right into the house. Wait, we're allowed to win on Thanksgiving? Yes, yes, we need to. We need to. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, if we, Brad Allen, it's not like he can see which one of us did that. Yeah, but we just need to, we need him. We need him to go ahead and see green and yellow or purple and yellow. Just go ahead and get him thinking. Okay, this is the this is the Packer fans that are doing that. So or the Minnesota fans or something. Then that way they go ahead and take it out. And am I a little bit conniving? Am I a little bit? Yeah, but I mean, those refs just kind of did us wrong too many times. You know, you know what I mean? Did us wrong too many times. It is what it is. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. All right. I know. I do need to get some rest too. Thank you, Detroit fan man. It's been real, and it's been real fun. You know. But just go ahead and FTP the Packers all day long, twice on Sunday. And you know what? Even if you feel like it 3 times on Sunday, I don't care. And just go ahead and throw ahead, put the Vikings on. Yeah. Good night. Good night, Detroit fan, man. And thank you. It's been a long time since I've been called Timbo. All right. Okay. All right. I don't mind that name as much as I mind Timmy. All right. But we're going to be listening to what the Lions have in store for us next. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you, 313 New Breed. Thank you, of course, Megan. Uh, Thank you all. And this is Maniac Tim saying good night to everybody. You guys all have a great Sunday and take care.